Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today we're going to replace the battery in this BMW Ice Watch. So I bought a few watches from the same person, and they all have haze in them. All these watches had condensation. Condensation kind of gets into places unexpectedly anyways. This is a new watch, it's never been worn. And whatever environment this watch was stored in, probably a storage unit, the inside of the crystal appears to have had condensation kind of stick to it. So probably need to remove the movement and clean the crystal in a brand new watch. Really kind of a bummer. I paid a decent amount for this watch as it is, so for it to have a problem like that, pretty frustrating. But that's business for you. Okay, so I'm gonna get the band off because this is a very stiff leather slash. It's like plastic, nylon, and leather. We probably want to remove this to work on the watch. It also needs a new battery. Did I mention that? It's been sitting in probably a storage unit for who knows how long, and hopefully once it's all cleaned up, it'll look good as new. But getting this band off is going to be a bit of a challenge. It's just awkward, and I don't want to crease it and damage it, which is why I'm trying to remove it in the first place. And I really shouldn't do this on my gel, because I'm going to puncture it if I miss, that is. There we go. There we go. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, yeah, it's a really hard plastic. Is my camera working? There we go. Hard plastic. Top. Very nylon-y. Then a nice soft leather back that touches your skin. Very interesting. Very nice. But these are going to be a nightmare to put back on. I'll just tell you that right now. They're hard to take off. They're going to be hard to put on. It's kind of how it goes in my experience anyways. Your mileage may vary. Alright, let's get the other one off now. Alright. There's one. And two. Perfect. Cool. So the buckle is not signed, but it does say Ice Watch in there, so pretty cool. It's double stitched, the leather stitched on there. Yeah, interesting. It's glued on here. That's not a good sign. Usually when leather's glued on like that, it'll start peeling. Yeah, well, yeah. Anyways. Brand new watch. Let's get the case back off. Probably. Do I want to put this in a vise? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go for it. Probably shouldn't, but I have a lot of confidence in my ability. I mean, these are pretty deep notches too, so I really don't think this is going to be a problem. So I'm going to go for it. I may or may not be stupid here, but I'm already pretty frustrated with this watch. Yeah, that's not going to work. So let's put it in the vise, shall we? It's not, it's just giving, it's not behaving the way I want it to. Let's just put it that way. This looks not good as well. It's got those pushers, doesn't it? Yeah. This is not going to work. Yep. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, I'm not even getting this on camera. I'm so silly. Sorry, everyone. There we go. Sorry. So all I'm trying to do is just kind of torque this down, which that feels pretty good, actually. I should be able to get more leverage on it now. Trying to avoid using the big professional. Wow, that was on there. Ooh, buddy. Wow. Okay, I'm surprised I did not slip there. Very, very, very tight. It's still tight. Okay, now it's loose. That was very tight, which means the gasket is probably very impressive in theory. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to say what the case pack says. Sorry everybody, I'm jumping to anyways. So it's www.ice-watch.com. Reference, wow, that's a hell of a reference number. Hold on, let me get this in the light. Yeah, there we go. BM.CH.KLB.B.L.14 Ice watch. Well, that's interesting. Designed in Belgium. Original Japan movement. Made in PRC China. 100 meters of water resistance. Very cool. Oh, it looks like it was manufactured. I don't know. December 2015, maybe? Is that what that means? I don't know. Anyways. Let's... Yeah, so the vise didn't do too much. I was trying to avoid using any tools that are going to scuff it up. And this seems okay. Black PVD coating's pretty good on this, actually. It feels very nice. Nice and strong. Okay, so this is an interesting movement. Have I seen this one before? I don't think so. I don't think I have. It's kind of... I'm using my thumb as leverage instead of prying against the case. So try to not damage the black PVD on this. It is a new old stock watch. We really don't want to damage it. I also don't want to get my fingers on anything too, so I gotta be careful. Okay, so we now have the case back open, and there's some smudge. Come on, camera. There's a smudge in the top left corner there. You see it? Sort of. Well, anyways, I don't like it, so I'm going to remove it. If I can find the Rodico I got out not too long ago. Where did I put it? I just got Rodico out. Where did I put that Rodico? It's right here. Cool. Okay. Yeah, it's probably from the condensation inside the watch. Huh. That was not as good of a result that I was hoping. It's pretty subpar. Alright, I tried. Okay, so what do we got here, guys? And gals, if there's any of them. It's a Miyota. Looks like 0S21. Yeah, 0S21. Pry up? Why am I prying up? Why is there a negative? What? There's a negative? Am I supposed to all clear this? Whoa. Don't understand why I would have to all clear this. Okay, I don't know. It's got a negative symbol over here. Usually, and it's got a gold contact too. Usually that means you have to short that with power. So if that's negative, then the top of the battery is positive. So I could just short that, and that should do an all clear in theory. Cool. Okay. So, man, this is such a cool movement. The way this battery probably wants to come out is I move this lever. I'm gonna get my camera back a bit because this probably wants to fly out. But probably just want to grab this lever and pull. Yep, just like that. Yeah, I'm using metal tweezers because this battery's dead. Don't care about shorting it. Okay, let's see what size. So it says it's a Sony SR927 W. That translates to 395, 399. Got plenty of those, I'm sure. Yeah, tons of them. So sometimes you get like one of these and they have a really poorly made way back. So what I usually do is I try to avoid the battery. So you can see, you don't want to make contact with the battery and scratch it. But I do just want to make a little incision there. And then kind of work the battery out. Try not to touch it, get my dirty fingerprints all over it. Yeah, now have a new battery. So the way I think you want to install this is, well, that might be too close. So there's a lip. There's a battery contact at the bottom. That's a spring. Put it between the spring and the lip, like so. Pull back on this lever. And bada bing, bada boom. Bob's your uncle, as they say. So that looks like properly installed battery. I don't see any gears moving. Not a good sign. Wonder if it runs. It's not running. Let's try it all clear. Yes. Use a soft metal. Brass tweezers are ideally for this because you can puncture the metal contact, and that is going to destroy your watch. Interesting. So maybe something like that. Touch the battery. Nothing. What if I... nothing. Well, that's interesting. The running seconds is not running, but the chronograph is. Why does it say pry up? How strange. Maybe it's the service to movement. Interesting. I'm going to not put the spacer back in yet. Look at that. I believe that should be... Well, maybe this doesn't have a seconds hand. Maybe this is the hours hand for the chronograph, and perhaps that is the seconds hand for the chronograph. Let's get this back on enough to where the movement doesn't just randomly fall out. No spacer in it still, but that's okay. That's fine. Ah, it moved. See? See? Huh. Okay. So... perhaps this is a fully... Oh, that's a 24-hour dial for the running second, or the running hands. Okay, cool. Okay, so 6 o'clock, date just turned. I probably shouldn't do it this way. Anyways, I think it's fully functional. Sorry, everyone. So I'm putting stress on the stem there. I was trying to kind of prevent that by putting the case back on, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to cause any stress to the stem, because the stem can break, and that's another problem that we don't want to deal with right now. So, but anyways, it seems to be running. Now we just need to get the movement out. Why, you ask? Because of that problem with the hazing. So it says to push down here. You need a very thin toothpick or something. I don't really like using this dental pick. Maybe I don't really see me getting in there with these either. So the dental pick is probably what I have to use. But I do see a little indentation. Yeah, that came out pretty easy. No harm, no foul there, I don't think. So now we need to... What do we do with these pushers? We gotta take the pushers out, huh? And they have little clips, C-clips. This is gonna be a nightmare. A total nightmare. But I have to do it. Because... the crystal is not gonna work for me. It has to be cleaned. This is where being anal retentive is probably not a good idea. So usually what you can do with these C-clips. I don't know if we could get those on camera or not. But I've got the open parts on the tops right now. Yeah, you can kind of pick up on those. What we want to do is just push them down with the screwdriver. But sometimes it doesn't work. So what you could also do potentially is use maybe something like this. Maybe I could use my oversized spring bar tool here. You want to be careful. These things are delicate. They bend easily, and you could also damage. Yeah, that's not going to work. Maybe use the other side. That probably seems to have worked. Oh, and I just lost that clip. That flew away. And I'm never going to find it again. That is a thing that happens with... Remember when I said this is going to be a nightmare? Yeah. Well, anyways, we can now remove... So the reason why we have to remove these... Oh, that's weird. What happened? Oh, cool. Okay. So these have a spring in them, like that. That's what kind of gives you that kind of action. So we'll just put this one aside. They also have another little retaining ring on them. If I can get this to focus. Yeah, you see that other ring right there? Don't lose that. It's probably very important. Probably keeps, yeah, it keeps the spring in check, it seems. So there's one. We did lose our C-clip, of course, but I am prepared. I've done this before, and I always lose them. So that is why I bought... Oh no, sorry, not this one. Nope, not that one either. Here we go. That is why I bought this. Because I lose, I guess they're called washer clips, whatever. I lose these constantly. So I bought many spares. So I'll have to find one that fits. They're very small, very impossible to recover when you lose them, honestly. I've never found one that I've lost ever, so FYI. I really wish someone would come up with a better way to do this. This one's not coming off as easily. Like, surely there's got to be a different way to engineer. Is it because it's not right? No, it is. It's got to be a different way to engineer this mechanism, if you want to call it that. Come on. There it goes. And that one just got lost inside of the... Oh, there it is. See it? Right there. It's out of focus, but it's right there. That's the ideal case, not it flying off to who knows where. Okay, note the self. The blue one is what I would call the top. Okay, cool. This one doesn't have a ring. What the heck? That's weird. Where's the... Oh, there it is. This little ring right here, just... it goes with the pusher. Don't lose it. Yeah, like that. Goes at the end of the spring. I'm sure that has a purpose. Don't lose it. Cool. So now we could remove the movement, but first I'm going to grab that little... I can't get it. There we go. So that's what we're working with. Just to give you all a comparison, that's a quarter. They're very small. You're never going to find it. You lose one, you're done. You're never going to find it. Getting them on is a pain in the butt. I got to look up a video. There's got to be a technique, because the last time I tried it was a disaster. Okay, so is this a good replacement for that? No, it's too big. Need one a little smaller than that. Do we have one a little smaller than that? What about this one? Yeah, there we go. Nice, perfect. So there's my replacement. It's the smallest one I have. Looks like it's gonna work. Now I keep Velcro on these because if this opens and these go everywhere, I'm done for. Should probably just throw the towel in and just never make again. Alright, I'm gonna get these two over into the case back now for safekeeping. If I could get a hold of them without puncturing anything. Whoops. The thing is if you grab these too tightly, they'll fly. And if you're too soft, you won't get them. And they're very flat, and they are so fun. Cool. The replacement looks like it's going to be too big, honestly. We'll see. I hope not. Okay, so now we can get the movement out. Finally. This is chronographs are a lot of fun to work on. Man, that's a beautiful watch face, though, is it not? Okay, so can we see what my problem is with this more clearly now? There's no other small pieces anywhere that are gonna get lost. Not that I see. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you all what the problem is with this. Excuse me. Okay. So you see that haze right there? That's unacceptable. We can't have that. That needs to be cleaned. And unfortunately, it's on the inside of the watch. So, the only way to clean it was to take the movement out. And because this is a chronograph, that is a pain in the butt. But anyways, we can now clean this crystal up. We're going to service this gasket as well. And so what I usually like to do is I like to use a Carl Zeiss. If I can find one. Let's see. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just want to use one of these. It's the same thing you use for cleaning your camera lens, things like that. So I'm going to use finger cots for this because I don't want to get my finger oil on the wipe, because if I do that, I'm going to smear my skin oils all over the watch, and we don't want to do that. So that would be counterproductive, I believe is the word of the day. Okay. It's really hard to open this with one hand, but just, I'm not showing it on camera, but I did get it finally. Okay, so haze is going to be gone. And now there's the moisture coming off of this. But yeah, look at that. Much better. Still has some streaking or something in there, but this is in my mind the best way to do this. If somebody's got a better way. The only problem I've got with this is it likes to leave debris inside. You can kind of see it there. I'm not a big fan of that, but clean both sides just to make sure I got everything. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Much better. Beautiful. So what I usually do is I just try to blow this debris out. Usually it all will come out like it did this time. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, that looks infinitely better than it did. No haze. So that's the outcome. I'll probably wipe it down a little bit more just to make double sure, but I'm pretty confident. If this watch was in worse condition, I'd use an alcohol wipe and then the Carl Zeiss wipe, just to kind of, I mean, if it's like fungus or something, or I don't know, if there's any organisms growing in it, or something like that. I don't know. Well, I feel like the alcohol wipe, that is beautiful. Perfect. I'm going to flip it over so that no debris gets inside. And I'm going to let this dry overnight. Yeah, alcohol wipes will leave a lot of moisture in there. So do these wipes, I believe. They're probably not perfect as well. But, yeah, I usually wait 24 hours before I put this back together. So I will put everything, including the movement and the case back, under a Tupperware container and just kind of let it air out. And then I will put it all back together. So I'll see you all in the next video. Alright, so it is the next day, and we are going to go ahead and try and get this all back together now. This is... I really dislike working on chronographs because of these little C-clips. It's probably the worst part about chronographs, honestly. Oh, we gotta... Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the worst part. Like, hands down, bar none, it is the worst part. Okay. So, usually just place this on like so. Get it somewhat aligned. Something like that. And then the cool thing about these cushion cases is you can press down and then flip. And now our movement is back in. At this time, I will get our crown in. Is that what I should do? No. But I do want to align the movement. But I don't think I want to put that crown in yet. Okay, so if we remembered the blue pusher, it's supposed to be the top pusher, if I recall. So make sure you didn't lose your little ring on these. So there is an indent. There's an indent, you can see it in the middle-ish. That's where your C-clip goes. So we should be able to just get that in there. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to put my, well, I should probably put the crown in, actually. It'll keep everything kind of in place, which is probably ideal. Cool. Okay, so I believe the way you want to do this is it's not uncommon to lose a lot of these. So you want to get it in your tweezers like so. You want to kind of oh, you know what? I think I have grease on these tweezers. And just like that, I lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I think I still have some grease on these tweezers, so I'm going to go ahead and clean them really quick. Any small amount of literally anything unclean on your tweezers are going to make these stick. So, clean your tweezers with whatever you got. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Okay. Okay, so it's now in there. Now you want to come in with a flathead screwdriver. Just like that. Beautiful. Hey, that wasn't so hard. First try. Wow. Make sure everything's working. Yeah. Can't pull it out. Beautiful. Right on. That went surprisingly smooth. Like, I am blown away. Alright, let's do the next one. Similar deal. Make sure you didn't lose your little ring. This one's got its ring. You can see it right there. This one has got another indentation in the metal-ish. Let's plug that in, like so. Now we will install the second C-clip. So I like to get these in my finger. So the oil of your finger will make it stick to your, like, here, I'll show you. So your clip's like impossible to get in your tweezers, right? It's gonna fly or something. What I like to do, that's weird. Yeah, so it sticks to the oils of your finger, it's so small. And then what I like to do is put both my fingers in. This is really hard to do on camera, but just kind of pinch it with my fingers, and then I like to come in with the tweezers and then grab it right dead in the center, like that. Oop. Yeah, like that. Okay. That seems to work for me. So yeah, I can't get the camera any closer, it'll interfere with my operation here. The replacement looks like it's a good fit, because I lost the first one, if I recall. Wow. I'm getting better at this, everybody. I can't believe it. Look at that. I can't believe that. How am I getting, like, I am so bad at this. I can't believe I'm getting better. Like, I swear, the first time I had to work on a chronograph with those clips, it took me 45 minutes, I think, and I lost many clips. Okay, we need to service this gasket now. How the heck am I going to get this out? There we go. So I just made it bow. camera's gonna pick that up. See, it's bowing. So now I should be able to just pull it out. Beautiful. Probably don't put it on the movement like that because it might have gasket grease on it, and you don't want to get gasket grease on your movement. I don't think this one has any grease on it though. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in here. My applicator is not good. It's low quality garbage. So I have to sit here and manually press the gasket into the grease, into the sponge, get it somewhat saturated, oversaturated honestly, flip it over, do it again. Yeah, this case back, if I remember, was really difficult to pull off. Alright, and now we're done. This is probably 50% more grease than you want on your watch. I think, something like that. But, it's better than no grease, let me tell you. Cool. Okay. I'm going to finish up with plastic tweezers because I don't want to scratch the watch. This beautiful PVD black. And you want to tap it. You don't want to slide it because you'll remove gasket grease. Although in this case, probably not a bad idea because there is quite a bit. What happens when you put too much gasket grease on is it just, collects dirt and grime and stuff, and it's a nightmare to clean and deal with when you service the watch again. Or at least it can be. I don't know. I don't really know if it's too much of a problem though, honestly. Okay, so now we can install our spacer. So there are tabs on this. Like that one right there. You can see it's a little bump. Those correspond with little bumps in the movement you can see at the very top there. So it'll kind of... You can't put it in any other way. Let me put it that way. They have to go in those bumps because otherwise it won't fit. So make sure... Make sure you get it in those bumps and you'll be good. It'll kind of self-insert once you've got that part down. Beautiful. Okay. Now we blow off our case back because I've been storing things in it and whatnot. Give this a nice blowout one more time. Blow out the case back. Time for reinstallation. Yeah, I feel like most should I call this a watch repair channel? I don't know. Most channels similar to mine, I feel like everybody does a lot of editing and you don't see the full process. I think a lot of people don't want to... Well, I think you should actually maybe sit through the whole process. I don't know, it's hard to say. Depends on how you like to learn. I wouldn't, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't sit through one of my videos. I'm too impatient. I will make mistakes that cost me a lot of money. That's how I learn. Because I refuse to sit down and watch somebody else fix a watch or do a battery service on a watch. I'm not going to do it. So, because I just have ADHD and I can't sit still for that long. So yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, the pushers got put... Yeah, obviously when I was repairing the watch, the pushers got activated and everything's in a weird position right now. But, look at that. Wait, what's all that? Bunch of debris on it? What? Oh, yes. Look at that. No haze. No more haze. Beautiful, clean, clear crystal. Beautiful. Okay, so let's figure out how to... Well, yeah, let's figure out how to set... Do the hands line up pretty good. It did change at 12 o'clock. The date did, so I don't think that's a problem. Let's see how we... Oh, that's easy. So, position 2, crown all the way out. Top pusher is going to set our chronograph, seconds hand. Central seconds hand, in other words. We got tachymeter bezel. I haven't even described this watch yet. Tachymeter bezel, or I'm sorry, tachymeter chapter ring, which is beautiful. Got this in blue. Tachymeter base 1000 in blue. This is one of the nicest blues. Like, it's a baby blue, just beautiful blue indices, subdials. Then you have that blood red seconds hand, and then you have these beautiful blue rectangles for the hours and the minutes hand. The bezel is pretty questionable. It does rotate, but it says BMW Motorsport at 12 o'clock, so it's not super functional. Like, it goes from 50 to 55 and then BMW instead of 60. Or, I'm sorry, instead of 0. But I believe the M in BMW, when that lines up, and I think this is a 120 click bezel, when that lines up with 60, you are... Wait a second. Nope, sorry. It's not lined up, is it? It's actually easier, so we got 50, 55. So it's easier to line up the indice with the baton indice, or the bezel with the baton indice here, honestly. Which, one more click perhaps. There we go. Yeah, pretty weird bezel, but and I really like the baby blue pusher. Beautiful touch. This is not a screw down crown, just so everybody knows, but it is signed. I think that is that the BMW symbol? I have no idea. It looks like a Mercedes symbol to me, but whatever. I guess it is a BMW. Well, I have no idea. That's cool. But I do like that the pusher's blue. These pushers are made out of like a rubber, by the way. Well, this one's metal, but this one's a nice, like, soft rubber. At least I think this one's metal. Might be plastic, hard plastic. But anyways, how do we set the... Oh, I just did. Wait, what? How do we set... Oh, interesting. It's a good idea to let your chronographs run a rotation. I don't think it matters for quartz chronographs, but I know with mechanical chronographs, if you run the chronograph seconds hand and then you reset it in a short period of time, you could damage your chronograph. I've heard this. I don't know if it's true. But I'm sure quartz is fine. So how do we... What? Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, so... Oh, interesting. Okay. So, you set the uh, central seconds hand with the top right pusher, and as it makes rotations, the seconds hand or the minutes hand in the left subdial is going to start rotating. Okay, so how do you get these second or the minutes hand to reset? Well, you get your seconds hand to 12 o'clock with the top right, and then the bottom right pusher, check this out, just resets the minutes hand to 0. We are now in business, so how cool is that? That's really neat. I forgot what the movement was in this watch, but it's extremely cool. What a cool watch. I really, oh man, I love this watch, honestly. It's extremely cool. Nobody talks about it. Excuse me. Never seen somebody else talk about these BMW Ice watches, but they're really nice, actually, honestly. What do these retail for? Like, what does a new old stock one of these sell for? I want to say it's like 150 to 200. Honestly, it's pretty good money for a. I don't know. These ice watches, these BMW Motorsport ice watches, they are collectible. They have a kind of a little cult following, and yeah, a lot of people want them. Let's do dimensions. Man, this video is insanely long. Let's do dimensions. It's gonna be like a 50-minute video. So we got 44mm case size. We got a 52mm lug to lug. We have a 22mm lug width and 13.5mm thickness. Yeah, really cool watch. And it is running. We can see the minutes hand is moving. There's no seconds hand aside from the chronograph seconds hand on this watch, which is fine. Now we have to get our bracelet back on, or our band, or whatever you want to call it. Now, can I sell this watch after working on it as a new watch? Yes, I can, because it's still technically a new unworn watch. It's had a service, but the thing is like when you, I don't know, if there's an old a vintage mechanical watch out there that just got a service, it demands a premium, does it not? And it's got its character from being serviced and worn, but I think most watch collectors kind of look at a serviced watch like it's not quite brand new, but it's pretty much as close to new as you can get a watch like that. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Woof. I thought that was going to be a pain in the butt for a second. So what can happen with straps like these is the lugs cannot go back in their slots. And something that I have done in the past is I will actually come in with dental floss, and I can fit the dental floss in and push the I could push the spring bar into place using dental floss, and I've had to do that before because there's literally no other way to get some of these bands back onto the watch. So just a little FYI. I'm trying not to scratch. I'm doing a pretty decent job, But I'm trying not to scratch the lugs on this watch. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible, but now that, I mean, having these watch straps being so frickin' stiff is problematic. So we're gonna come in at the bottom. I think that's about right. And then you can't see on my camera, unfortunately. Maybe if I get it out of the way a little. And then we just want to very gently, like you want to get your spring bar tool, and just, you don't want to put too much force into it. But there's one, and there's two. And now, oh, they both clicked simultaneously. What does that mean? It means the bracelet's in. Okay, can I sell this as a new old stock watch? I think so. Okay, I just serviced it. I serviced the heck out of it. I just put a ton of time and effort into restoring this watch, getting a battery in it, cleaning up the crystal. I did everything in my power to restore this watch to a... And the thing is, if I'd been wearing gloves, I wouldn't have to wipe all of this oil, hand oil, skin oil off. But the thing is like, I could still sell this as a new old stock watch. Look at it. It's never been worn. It's in perfect condition. I didn't cause any damage. It's still in beautiful shape. It's, I mean, it's in perfect condition still. So, yeah, I would. Would I disclose that I took it apart entirely? I don't know, maybe. I don't know why I would. Why would I do that? I mean, it has to be assembled in the factory, and you know, it was disassembled at one point, so maybe I would disclose that. I don't know if I have to. I feel like I don't have to disclose that. I think this can pass as a new old stock watch with a new battery and call it a day, because I did a good enough job fixing it, restoring it, I should say. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. This was an insanely long video. If you lasted all the way through, like, I commend you. Good job. But yeah, thanks for watching me. If I helped you fix your ICE BMW watch, definitely like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.